By the gods, what have I become?
They came to retrieve the marked warrior. A mark they saw on the body of Deimos. As he was taken away in front of his brother's eyes, little did he know of the fate that awaited him. Ares would bring him to the domain of death, realm of Thanatos, a place no mortal had ever dared set foot. There he would remain imprisoned with no hope of escape. He would suffer years of punishment and torment at the hands of the god of death. At first, the belief that his brother Kratos would come to save him kept him alive. But as the years lapsed, Deimos lost all semblance of hope, and with it any thread of humanity left in him. The anger, the vengeance seethed within him and lay dormant for decades. With little sanity left, it was this rage that made him endure, believing the day would come when he would once again face the brother who abandoned him.
Welcome to the finale of Let's Play God of War, Ghost of Sparta. We're finally here. Let's free our brother and enjoy some lengthy cutscenes before we get into the first of our final bosses. I'll see you all afterwards.
Brother, you are safe now.
Safe! You let this happen to me! You were supposed to protect me! Did you think I would forget? Did you think I would forgive? I will never forgive you, brother.
Alright, so let's get this out of the way. I die one more time in this video. For the very last time, Deimos is going to manage to kill me a little bit. So let's just watch it. By the way, he's using a version of the Gauntlet of Zeus, which is pretty cool. Another nice reference to Ready at Dawn's Chains of Olympus, which is nice, pretty cool. Final death count 51. Let's get into it. Deimos, the penultimate boss of the game. Deimos is very much a close-range fighter. He's got a lot of health, as you would expect in God mode for one of the final bosses. Even more health than the final boss, which is very ironic. Deimos is all about trying to get in close to Kratos. He's going to be charging. He's going to be using extended rage combos with his improvised gauntlet there to try and get in close to Kratos. He's going to try and do his own version of the Hyperion grapple. If he does that, you have to press L1 and R1, take some unavoidable damage, and escape that grapple as soon as possible. And then you can Then you can roll him over and try to do some damage yourself. It's not ideal. Don't let him do that to you, if you can help it, because it is unavoidable damage, and it's a lot of unavoidable damage because it's Ghost of Sparta. It's God mode, so expect a lot of unavoidable damage. The good news about Deimos is that it's very easy to keep your distance from him and just pelt him with spears from the arms of Sparta. So just keep your distance. Get past his phases. He never adds new attacks into his repertoire. He just has his big slam. He has his rage combo. He has his version of the Hyperion grapple. He runs up to you. All of his attacks are about getting close, so keep your distance, keep pelting him with spears, and eventually you will be done.
You left me! Get up! Fight me! I hate you, Kratos! You will suffer for it! You no longer have power over me, Thanatos. Oracle, lie. I'm coming for you, brother! Hold on! I can't hold on much longer! Hurry! A Spartan never lets his back hit the ground. Right, brother?
I will not lose you again, Deimos. Come! The fight is not over.
Lengthy cutscenes and interactive moments. We now are about to enter the second part of the final boss battle. So now, Deimos has joined us. We've lost the arms of Sparta, unfortunately, but Deimos is going to make good use of them, so don't worry too much about that. We almost have enough red orbs to finish upgrading everything in the game. We're going to get just enough from our final boss encounter with Thanatos himself. You saw how much time it took us to get to this point, about 5.5 hours. Pretty good time. Here we go. Another cutscene to lead us into the final boss.
The Oracle may have yet spoken truth. The marked warrior shall bring about the destruction of Olympus. Ares chose poorly that day. He took your brother when it should have been you. None of that matters now. Nothing you do is of your own choosing.
The gods do not decide my fate, Thanatos!
The gods decide, and the Sisters of Fate make it so. You are nothing but a pawn in a game you don't even know is being played. Pathetic. Now is the time, Kratos. The beginning of the end.
Welcome to the easiest final boss encounter in God of War. It's not the fact that Thanatos is weak, it's the fact that Thanatos has so little health that makes this a very, very easy boss encounter. He has 4 phases. Phase 1 is going to be him, you know, just looking as he does now, just charging at either Kratos or Deimos, doing attacks, usually charging at Kratos, because of course he wants some damage. Every time he flies up, it means you're done with a segment of. It means you're done with a segment of this phase of the fight. He has so little health; it's going to take almost no time at all for him to sprout his wings, fly off toward the distance, and fly up on the cliff, and then either target Deimos or Kratos for a QTE encounter. You have to make sure you actually win the QTE encounters, obviously, or you're going to die or take a lot of damage, and you don't want that to happen. Deimos is going to help. As you saw in the beginning, he's going to be able to pelt Thanatos with spears. He's going to be able to attack on his own accord with his own AI. Very helpful to have him here. We're already done with phase 1 of the encounter because, again, it's not the fact that Thanatos is weak or that his combos don't do a lot of damage. It's the fact that he has very, very little health that you're very, very quickly going to move on to the second phase of the battle, which is this monster Thanatos. This form. The good news about this form, it has more health, but its attacks can't actually reach you. Its regular damaging attacks can't actually reach you. That attack, where he swipes the entire arena, doesn't actually reach to the back where Kratos is at. The only attack that can reach the back where Kratos is at is the attack that you have to parry at him to knock him down and do damage to him. So you're basically invincible in this fight. The only thing Thanatos can do is the thing that he has to do in order to allow you to start doing damage to him. That light orb attack, as soon as he throws it, just parry it. Then just do some Theros Bane combos here, and again, that swipe attack just can't reach you from the back, making this the easiest final boss encounter in God of War, where the majority of the attacks just can't reach you from one part of the fight, and the other part of the fight has so little health as to you being done before the boss can really properly get going. It's why Thanatos is one of the weakest final bosses in the God of War franchise, weaker than anything we faced so far, weaker than anything we're going to be facing in the future, whether it be in the Greek saga or the Norse saga. He's so weak he doesn't get to show off one of his attacks, and unlike with Ares, it's purely because he just has so little health that he didn't have enough time to properly do it. So we're going to see it, I believe, right now. Yeah, we're going to see it right now. This is a shockwave attack he can occasionally do, and he tried to do a couple of times in this fight, but he just wasn't able to because Deimos kept stopping him, and he has so little health, he doesn't have that many opportunities to try and do this attack. In phase 3, when he's back to his humanoid form, he's going to have a few extra attacks that includes his wings. He's going to be jumping up in the air, doing some little slam attacks. But again, he has so little health, it's going to take almost nothing to get him to sprout his wings, fly up to the cliff, and then either target Kratos or Deimos for a QTE event cutscene. Anytime you can, just have Deimos pelt the spear at Thanatos. The spears are still powerful, even though Deimos is using them now as opposed to Kratos, and he's not going to throw them as fast as Kratos, but they're still powerful. Again, Thanatos has so little health that it doesn't matter how slow he throws the spears. It's still going to do its job. I mean, we've already got him on his wings again and back on the cliff again, and now it's time to go and save Deimos with another QTE event. And I believe after this we're moving on into after this he does one more segment of the fight where he's still a humanoid. The first segment of the fight, the first phase of the fight, there's 2 segments where you have to do two QTE encounters to force Thanatos into his monster form, and I believe in this third phase we have to do 3 QTE encounters to force Thanatos into his monster form. But again, it takes almost nothing to get him to sprout his wings and lose enough health to fly away and turn into the big monster Thanatos here. For phase 4 of the fight, it's almost exactly the same thing as phase 2 of the fight when he was the monster the first time. He is going to have a new attack, this attack, where he slams one fist down and creates a shockwave through the entire field. That attack can actually reach Kratos, but if you double jump, then you're not going to get hit by it. So he only has one new attack. That attack can technically reach you, but it's so easy to dodge it as to make the entire phase of the fight as easy as the previous phases have been so far. So again, just keep parrying the orbs that he throws at you. That's the only attack that you can parry and that you have to parry in order to knock him down to make him weak enough for the end of the fight here. So here we go. Okay, secret phase 5 of the fight. Kratos now has Thera's Bane imbued into his blades permanently. Thanatos can kill you here. Don't think that this is a freebie. As long as you keep pelting him with triple triangle combos, you're going to do so much more health, so much more damage to him than he can to you, and he has so little health that, again, he's going to die really, really quick. So just do enough damage and boom, you're done.
Insignificant, Kratos. Your brother suffered because of you. Your fate lies in the hands of Olympus, ghost of Sparta.
Now, I don't want to step on the moment, but we have gotten enough red orbs from Thanatos to go ahead and upgrade our Horn of Boreas to max. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now we'll go back to the emotional moment already in progress. Hope you've been enjoying so far.
Come now, I have a fresh spot for him.
Are free now, brother. By the gods, what have I become?
Death, the destroyer of worlds.
It is done. You have let go of that which made you mortal. Your ties to this world are severed. You are ready to be a god.
Is this all a game to you, Athena?
It is not over, Athena. The gods will pay for this.
Forgive me, brother.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is Let's Play God of War Ghost of Sparta. I really like this game. It does have its weak points. Some filler stuff with King Midas and the Loyalists of Ares that kind of goes nowhere. Some poorer puzzle rooms than I would have liked, like the ones that we saw in the Temple of Thanatos in the previous episode, or, you know, some poor enemy design like the raids. I'm not a big fan of the raids, or the fact that Aranis was, I think, potentially kind of broken, or the fact that Thanatos has very little health. But the emotional core of Ghost of Sparta is solid, and it is fantastic that we had this this quieter, moodier, more introspective game for Kratos as compared to what we've been dealing with so far with Ascension and Chains of Olympus and 2005. Although Chains of Olympus is also pretty introspective, but Ghost of Sparta even more so, and it's a real testament to the franchise that this game exists. So I really like Ghost of Sparta. It's a good game, certainly not the best one in the franchise, but quite solid. If you haven't played it, I would definitely recommend you check it out. I believe it's on the PlayStation Plus subscription if you are a high enough tier to access PS3 titles. Very good game, very much enjoyed it. Next time, we're going to have some Ghost of Sparta extras, and we're also going to be getting into one last side game that, in terms of canonicity, is pretty dubious, but it exists, so we'll cover it, and then we'll get into God of War 2 and God of War 3 and wrap up the Greek saga. So again, hope you enjoyed. I really like Ghost of Sparta. I think it's a pretty good game. Yeah. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Only one remains.